I never really trusted the high scores in video games though, where it was like, oh, this guy in Call of Duty has a 400% hit ratio. So like every time he shoots, he hits four people on average out of like 400 million shots. He's played this game for 300 years. It's like, something about these stats are a little sketchy, you know. And so I don't know. I guess I just wish. Well, Geometry Wars, I trust that. I have a hard time thinking that top score is faked, and I think the games that do it right are the ones that have a recording of every score or every run. Like it's like, hey, here's the first person in the world. Like Devil Daggers does this in a really good way. It's like, hey, this guy did the best out of everybody ever. Click here and you can watch the run, and you can make sure it's not crazy and not cheats or whatever. You just see. Also, if you know you'll never get to that level of the game, it's a really nice way to see what happens after the part where you keep dying. Because in Devil Daggers, different bosses and enemies keep spawning. It's all just like Geometry Wars, like get a good run in this time or whatever. So there's some pretty cool shit that spawns after a couple minutes, but the vast majority of people who play that game won't ever see that.
That's kind of cool. I mean, it's like in the speed. I don't know how often you follow the speedrunner community, but they're like really anal about putting up your run, and like not just your run video, but like everything. Like you have to list out like if you use any mods or anything like that. There's like an approved mod list.
I get it though. I mean, that whole if you're gonna start tracking the time to completion on that level of like down to the millisecond to see who's better at that, then you need to have that kind of minutia or whatever be tracked, because otherwise, like, what's the point of tracking it at all if there's so many differences between each person's run?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there was actually like a pretty big controversy. This is kind of lame in the Minecraft speedrunning community.
How do you speedrun Minecraft?
Yeah, you can speedrun Minecraft.
What's the end? What do you do?
And there's an end dragon, and you run down until you kill the end dragon.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead.
There was like a Minecraft YouTuber named Dreams, and he put out a speedrun, and then the Minecraft speedrunning group, like the people who like keep track of all that, they crunch the numbers on this one. They're basically like, this one is impossible mathematically. Like some of the things he did, what made it so like the probability of it happening was like 1 in like 700 trillion or something like that. And they're like, that's a fake run. There's like a huge argument between like his fans versus like the Minecraft speedrunning community.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. I mean, I guess it's kind of cool how there will always be a community around something, even if from the outside it's like I'll talk about this later, but we were we were at the courthouse this week, and I overheard a lady having a conversation down the hallway, and she was talking about her kid, and she was like, yeah, and I go to him and he's watching some fucking guy play Minecraft on YouTube, and it's like, I think there was an episode of South Park about that too, where I kept watching streamers, but he wasn't playing games himself. And it's like, that's the new like boomer mindset. I kind of have that mindset too, in a way, but it was just weird kind of hearing that. So from that perspective, looking at like, there's a community of people who are passionately arguing the kind of like ethics of doing this very quickly. It's like, what the fuck? That's cool though.
Well, not just like the ethics and the mechanics of it. Like they literally wrote a mathematic proof, like a statistical analysis of it, like with real breakdown of like confidence intervals and stuff like that. Now it's like, oh my god, I haven't looked at any of this since college.
Yeah. That's cool though too. I mean, like those are valuable skills. I think a lot of people look at people spending time on something like Minecraft or something like whatever video game stuff, but that stuff is valuable if you know the math on how to calculate whatever this stuff. Like, you're not an idiot. Those things are applicable outside of this ball of Minecraft once this thing dies or whatever. Like, you're not wasting your time the way that a lot of people probably think people are, you know?
Yeah, agreed. I'd be surprised if people start to like get it though. I think there's still like a stigma against like video games in general, and then like people who put too much time into video games, and then right, and then there's like an additional problem on top of that of like these people are competitively playing video games for money.
Yeah,
and you're like, what?
On that level, yeah, I guess that there is such a thing as playing games too much, though. I mean, that can certainly be a problem, just like doing anything too much. So like that should always be in the back of someone's mind as like a possibility. But in general, when people are like, oh wow, look at this fucking loser with an Xbox controller in his hand, like that stuff I think is maybe not great. But
yeah.
Yeah, and then seeing games like competitive games as a job. I don't see competitive games as a job personally. Like I have a hard time seeing that as like I get the business behind it, I get the thing behind it, I get it. Like I get how it makes money, I get how there's demand for it. But to me, I'm just like it's video game. Like I think we talked about this so many times before, where like I just don't like how people are defining the rules of the game. So that way, like someone playing the game by those rules is like weird because those rules could be changed. Yeah, yeah. Unlike basketball or football, where the rules are kind of like they're not so malleable, I guess.
Yeah, yeah. The mechanics of football is mostly built around the human body, whereas the mechanics of a video game is like whatever arbitrary physics engine they're using.
Yeah, and I think like making a job based off of someone else's creation is kind of wild. And I like for sure it happens, but like if I had a job and that job was getting you more Facebook friends, and it's all legit and it's all whatever, I just want to help you get more Facebook friends. My whole job is dependent on Facebook, like, but I don't work at Facebook. That whole idea is super weird to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because then if they change the algorithm for getting friends, your whole business has changed. Your whole job has changed. I don't know.
No, listen, I agree, but then I look at the salaries for some of the people playing professional League of Legends, and I'm like, damn, if I was good at this game, if only.
Well, yeah, but that's what everybody has. Like, there's 10 million people thinking that exact same thing for every one person who's successful. That's why you can go to Best Buy and like during any of their sales, one of their featured promotions will be like, "Ooh, for your streamer kid or whatever the fuck," and it's like a streaming kit with like the webcam and the thing and the mic, everything for like you to become the next PewDiePie. But there's a billion kids doing that the same way I was doing that with like a pair of Turtle Beach headset or headphones or whatever in Call of Duty 30 or whatever it was 10 years ago. Like every kid was doing that.
Talking about that, my friend Zach, he wants me to become a VTuber.
How do you become a VTuber? What's that process like?
You pay somebody for your anime sprite, and then you buy the little rig that like, depending on like how into it you want to be, like you can have like a full body rig, or you could just have one that when like your mouth moves, your little sprite's mouth moves.
Okay. And then you need a thing to like. How does the voice translation go? Is this you, Yazeed? Like, hey, what's up?
Yeah. The idea isn't to be like an anime girl VTuber, but to be like an anime boy VTuber.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Okay. The word boy makes me uncomfortable. That's so weird.
What?
Anime boy? Like, ugh. I don't like that.
I told Zach, I was like, I'm not that interesting. I don't know what I would do.
It's basically what this podcast is. It's just imagine if you were a cute anime dude.
Yeah, but I don't know. If I was doing this podcast solo, you think I could maintain it? No. But also, like, most of the stuff that I do that's interesting is done away from my computer. Most of the stuff I do at my computer isn't that interesting.
You could talk about your dog. You could do your weekly dog updates. You could even do daily dog updates with... do you have like an alternative name? Do you have is it a whole separate persona or is it
not? Yeah. I would have a whole separate persona. Basically, the way a VTuber works, you traditionally don't let them know who you actually are. You obfuscate your true identity behind your VTuber persona.
So like the biggest.
So I have like a Twitter profile that's newly created that's only tied to that anime person. Like I would never show myself. Like there's I don't know that much about VTubers, but he watches VTubers, and he was saying that one did a cooking stream, or two different ones did cooking streams, and one of them did an audio only cooking stream, so they didn't show anything.
Yeah.
And the one who did have a camera had like a camera that they're like holding with their hand in like a completely non-reflective room, and they were wearing like latex gloves while they were doing it, so you couldn't even see their hands.
That's bizarre.
It really is. I think he wants me to try to be a VTuber so I can see how hard it is, because I definitely dunk on it a little bit when I talk to him.
It being difficult to do and it being weird, like those things
are two separate
things.
Yeah. Yes, yeah. Listen, I'm with you on that. I'm in that boat.
Like it's like we would both agree it's probably pretty weird if you like suck your own dick, for example. It's very hard to do, I'm guessing, but that shit's weird, and we should always remember that shit's weird.
You say that's weird?
No, but I saw Zach liked a tweet from a VTuber on Twitter, and it was like from the perspective of the anime girl, but it was like, hey guys, I'm sick, so no stream today. So it's like, are the anime, like that part is real life bleeding into the anime persona. You can't not be sick, but then what about like, how do you justify that? Like, how did the anime girl get sick? Did she eat some like magical fairy dust, or is it like no, she had some pork, it didn't go right type thing.
I listen, I don't know. I don't follow the lore of it. I think some of the VTubers are like more in character than others. Okay. So it's like some of them would have to come up with like a in character reason why they wouldn't stream when they're supposed to. And another one might just be like, you guys know I'm not a real anime girl. I'm sick. I'm shitting bricks,
Yeah, I guess. I don't know what what that market of people wants from VTubers, if they like the personality of the real person coming in, or if it's like, no, just sell me this fantasy type thing.
To me, I think being a VTuber makes sense if you're a lady. Imagine how much fewer times you'd be harassed if no one knew who you really were and they just thought you were an anime girl. Probably a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it'd be cool. It opens the window though for a dude to get the market of a cute girl.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You gotta eat somehow. Isn't there like a rap slang for it? Like he has to eat or something like that?
Yeah, that is generally the thing. It's like we gotta, like, eating in general is just getting money. Like,
that's right.
Sustaining, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Always gotta eat. I don't know. I'm not gonna do it, obviously, because I don't have that personality. Also, I don't have the money to just throw into something like that. So
yeah,
no go from me.
Well, if you ever wanted to and you start a GoFundMe, I would support it. Throw like $10-$20 at that. Help get Yazeed's VTube career off the ground.
Zach told me he'd support me, but he wouldn't watch me.
Like he'd give you money? Like he'd no,
be your I think he means he would give me emotional support, but he wouldn't give me monetary support in the form of views. No, I wouldn't do it. It was a funny thing to imagine, though, of like what I would do if I was a VTuber. I was like, I don't play games that are particularly exciting. I'm not very good at the games that I do play, so
yeah, it's really tough to. I mean, especially starting from zero is probably. I mean, that's definitely the hardest thing to start from. But if you are trying to talk about the thing you're doing and you know for a fact there's no one on the other side, it's like really weird, because then if someone walks in like, hey, what are you doing, and you're just like, oh, I'm talking to myself, like I'm talking to no one. And then when people start to come in, there is that pressure to like talk to them specifically or keep it up, but you're just like climbing this ladder in Dark Souls, man, how about the sports team, huh?
I like sports though. I'd have stuff to say about sports.
Well, there you go. Just do that. That's what made me not like Call of Duty YouTubers when that was when that was really the first wave of the thing in like the early 2010s when people were making money and doing Call of Duty YouTube stuff. When the videos were like, hey guys, here's some gameplay of me playing whatever on Rust, but this video is going to be me talking about going to the DMV, and it's like, okay, well then. That was the start of the kind of shift into the content that we see now, where it's like people just talking about regular life stuff over games. But to me, it's like this is an 8-minute video of Call of Duty footage, and the voice thing that you recorded has nothing to do with this video. Like, fuck this, and it made me really mad, and I like never watched that stuff again. So maybe that's why I just don't like the new stuff either, because to me it's just, I don't know.
Do you know who? There's a streamer. I don't watch his stream, but I watch his like highlight clips. His name is Pay Money Wubby. I think you would find him hilarious.
Why? What's his thing?
I think his sense of humor is similar to your sense of humor.
Okay.
In a way that I think you would enjoy.
Okay. If you were a streamer, would you watch yourself?
No, fuck no. I can barely listen. I can barely listen to myself in these podcasts because I have a hard time hearing my own voice.
I don't get that. Your voice is great. I'm okay with hearing your voice. I'm okay with hearing my voice. I don't get that thing where I'm like, ugh, ugh, gross.
I think for me, it's because I think my voice is more bass than it is, but when I hear it, it sounds more nasally, and it makes me irritated. It makes me sound like a nerd version of myself, and I don't like that.
I will say it's kind of your mic too. Your mic doesn't really represent the real way that you sound. Like I would say, like this mic is pretty good at sounding like me. Your mic it's like a higher pitched.
Oh, you know what I should do? Is I should listen to one of the recordings we did on the really nice mics, and then a recording I did on this mic, and see what the difference is, because I don't remember the difference really.
Yeah, go back to any of the in-person video ones of us at your house.
That's right. Oh God, I'm so excited to do those in person again. Holy guacamole!
Seriously. And long story short, I have to start the whole process for getting my title over again. This is the third time. And it is because on the previous document I sent in, I got it properly notarized. But after I got it notarized, I realized that the date I wrote was 2020. And so I crossed out the 0 and I put a 1. And then I mailed it off. And apparently you can't do that on a notarized document. You can't cross out anything. So after 3 fucking weeks, they're just like, oh shit, I have to do this all over again. That's my fault. I'm stupid, whatever. It's just hilarious at this point that it's been months and I still don't have my car title. And that like it's just been such a pain in the ass. But worst case scenario, this is the brute force emergency button, but at this point it's getting to the point of hilarity, so I might have to just do this. If this third one doesn't work out that I just sent off today, if it doesn't work, I'm literally going to just book a flight to Seattle, fly there, do it myself, and then come back, and that's all. Because I don't need it notarized, I don't need it whatever if I'm in person. It'd be kind of hilarious if I had to do that, but it would make sense because the whole process has been a fucking clown show the entire time, so it would make sense to end like that.
I really hope it doesn't come to that, but the image of you angrily waiting at an airport, going through security, going through the terminal, finding your seat, sitting, the person sitting next to you, you're just like, you arrive in Seattle. You have to go through security, go through everything, Get a taxi or whatever, go to the DMV, wait in line, fill out the form, and then do the whole process over again. Or would you and Sonovia make like a weekend out of it, like you two would go up, like get a hotel? No,
it would be a like strictly business. I would like to do this all in one day, so I don't even have to get a hotel. Like. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's such a pain in the ass. But once I can drive my car again, it'll be fine. It makes me so mad. But whatever. I'm over the actual anger part, and it's just like everything stupid makes me laugh now. I've been as mad as I could be.
Gone through the stages of grief.
Like it's impossible for me to feel angry now at any part of this process because of course they fucked this up or I fucked this up or whatever happened, you know. You wrote the check for whatever dollars and 50 cents and it's actually in 51, that type of shit. So like today when I got it notarized, the guy was like, the form is a 2-piece form. Like there's option A form and option B form, and then there's a notary part at the bottom. So you're either doing A or B, right? You're not doing both. Mm-hmm. And so I filled out A because that's what I'm doing. I need a title, not a whatever the other one was. And so in my head, I was just thinking this whole time, they said like any blackout ink or whatever will invalidate the whole thing. And part of the thing on the form is your Washington driver's license number, which includes an asterisk. Like, an asterisk. How do you draw an asterisk in a way that's not obviously like a blotch of scratched out ink? You know, I was stressed out.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I was so stressed out about getting that right. But then when I finally took it to the notary, he was like, okay, well, since you're only doing this top one, I have to cross out this bottom form. And he like did a giant thing like this with the pen over it. And in my head, I was like, oh fuck, oh God, oh no. So again, if it comes back for any reason because of all this, it should be perfect. I didn't cross out anything, nothing, no mistakes, nothing even too thick. I didn't even do like a double stroke over one line of a capital E or any shit like that. Nothing. Like perfect. So if this doesn't come back in a good whatever thing, like by the end of next week, I'm actually going to fly to Seattle to do it'd be the most expensive quick title, whatever, but I can get it within a day, so it'd be fine.
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah, what a mess.
That really, on one hand, I think it's funny. On the other hand, I'm so sorry for you.
Well, because like I've been frustrated by it obviously a couple times, and it's been this whole process. But when I told Synovia earlier, after I got off the phone, because I had to call them to even know there was a problem, because I've waited 3 weeks and they said nothing to me. So when I called them and I got off the phone and I told Synovia, she was like, you could see it in her face. She was like, "Oh fuck, you're gonna be so mad," and I was just like laughing, like, this is so stupid. I have to wait again. I have to do it again. I have to send in another check with another thing and another stamp and go to the fucking place and one more time. And she's just like, I don't know if she thought I was gonna like snap at any moment. I still might. I'm not sure, but I'm fine. Like I'm okay.
I'm telling you, you're getting a punching bag for your birthday, and you're gonna. I imagine you're gonna run your knuckles bloody doing that.
Yeah, I would very much appreciate a punching bag.
So it's gonna be like Yazeed, you bought him a punching bag and he broke his hand.
That was my thing as a kid. I had a few punching bags, but I kept busting them open, and they're like full of sand at the bottom, so it would just like blow sand over the.
How hard were you punching the punching bags?
I don't know. Maybe I was getting because it was kid punching bags. Like they.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like a kid. So that's why
you got like boxing quality punching bags.
I had
breaking them open, and I was like, "Shit, dude."
No, I had an Everlast punching bag, like a proper, mid-size, whatever, like little bean thing. That was fine. I don't know whatever happened to it, but I need another one of those. Basically, it'd be nice.
Yeah, we're gonna get you hand wrap tape as well, so you don't bust your hands open.
Very important.
That'd be great.
Not the only things I'm gonna bust. You ready to start doing this?
Yeah, real quick. How do you feel about the phrase "give them the glizzy"?
What is the context?
Just in general. If somebody told them I gave them the glizzy to you, right? How would you how would you feel about it?
Well, okay, within the context of I'm in Chicago, which is apparently that's what they call hot dogs out there. Someone's like, "Oh, I gave them the glizzy." It's still weird to call it the glizzy instead of a glizzy. The glizzy implies there's some sort of weight or some sort of presence to it, which implies it's like one of one, which is like a dick.
The specificity of the.
Yeah. But if it's like Pop Smoke, where he says, "If you need the glizzy, you can take mine." It's like, okay, well, he's talking about, like, he's really giving him the glizzy. Like, literally, that is how you would describe that line from another, like, a third-person perspective. Mm-hmm. And that's a gun. It's not a dick, and it's very clear it's a gun in the context of that song. But if you just say out of whatever, I'm going to give him the glizzy. It's like, a little weird, a little different.